Thank you, Courtney. Now that we have discussed why funding these programs are beneficial, we can now discuss why funding these programs is important for future generations. So, fine arts funding helps students and our economy in a multitude of ways. According to a study and an article done by Edward B. Fisk called The Champions of Change, the Arts on Learning, it helps our students in these ways. So first, it encourages self-directed learning, which means that it encourages students to learn outside of the classroom. Second, it has been proven to help students that may be considered high risk in the STEM programs, such as maybe they're not doing so well in math and science, so do better in fine arts and history classes. Third, it connects real-world problems and experiences with the school setting. And then fourth, it changes the environment from one of hard facts and hard knowledge to one of imagination and culture. So, second point is that our funding fine arts programs properly is important for our economy. So, according to the National Endowment for the Arts Foundation, which is a federal agency, it has helped our economy in a lot of ways. First of all, it has the art business and art industry has contributed to $763.6 billion in just 2015 alone, which that is 4.5% of the GDP. And then second, that is $200 billion more than the transportation industry and the warehousing industry. And then lastly, trade among these sectors has been steadily increasing over time, and some of which of these sectors are the movie and TV industry, jewelry industry, and also creative advertising. And then lastly, funding these programs helps more than it would hurt both our students and our economy. So, according to the National Assembly of Arts Agencies, which is a nonprofit organization, it would help. Here are a couple of reasons why. First of all, the NEA, which is the National Endowments for Arts Foundation, receives 0.004% of our federal budget, and then only 0.04% of our state budget, which both are under 1%, so that means that it's receiving very little funding from either federal and state levels. And then lastly, or second, every $1 spent from federal budget is then turned into $9 from private industries, which means that they get most of their money from private industries, but uses that federal budget to help build upon that. And then lastly, 80% of the federal budget is then turned around and then given as grants and awards to students and people who may not have opportunities, possibly to go to college, which then in turn creates more economic growth. Now, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Denise.